You're listening to the Fun Never Ends podcast with Metalhead Nelson.
Hey, welcome to the Fun Never Ends podcast. I am your Metalhead Nelson, and today I've got an amazing guest. He's a legend. He's one half of the pop duo Cecilio Kapono. He's Henry Kapono. He's a Grammy nominee, 21 Nahoku Award winner. He's got an upcoming tour in the mainland that starts on the 5th of July. So that starts at Solana Beach. Hey, Coach House, San Juan Capistrano, that's a sold out show. So you might as well get your butt down to San Diego.
There you go.
Around here. It's got quite a number of dates. I'll put it all in the link in the description. And hey, here he is, Henry Kapono. Henry, how you doing, man?
Great, Nelson. Good to see you. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been since 2018 when I saw you in Vegas at Sam's Town.
Right. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, you had Valentine, Conrad, and John with you that time.
Right.
That was a fun show.
That was a great show. Those guys aren't with me anymore. Conrad's a mailman now. He needed to get insurance.
Yeah.
And then John went back home to kind of his parents were getting older, so he wanted his kids to know who they were. So he's in Boston, but I got some new guys, and we're kicking some butt. So
yeah, and you can catch him if you're in Hawaii. Go to Duke's on Sundays from 4 to 6 Hawaii time, and you can catch Henry there when he's out on tour. Or you can jump on Facebook and go to Henry Kapono on Facebook.
Yeah, we do a stream. We stream it from 5 to 6. So
yeah, fun. It is very fun. That's a party, man. That was like the first time I discovered that back in April of 2018 when I came out there. That is fun, man.
It is fun.
You put on a show.
Yeah, we have a good time. You know, that's what it's all about for me. I just want to have a good time and do what I love.
Yeah, let's get into doing what you love. Who are your biggest influences, and about picking up the guitar the first time?
Wow. What was I listening? I was listening to Wilson Pickett. I was listening to James Brown. I was listening to Jimi Hendrix. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, James Taylor, Santana. I mean, all those guys, back in the 70s, late 60s, all those guys that came out, they were my big influence. Locally, my biggest influence was a guy named Kui Lee. He wrote the song, I'll Remember You for Down Home. Oh. But great songwriter, great entertainer, and I was just impressed how much fun he was having on stage. And I said to myself, man, I would love to do that. And I'm doing it. So he was having a good time.
That's what it's all about, doing what you love and having a blast up there.
Well, you can't waste time on earth not having a good time.
That's true. What age did you pick up your first guitar?
Oh, I think I was about 15, I think. I was at a camp. It was a church camp, and a friend of mine was playing. We would go and get around the campfire. And a friend of mine was playing the guitar, and it sounded so good. I was sitting right next to him. It sounded so good, and he noticed that I was really paying a lot of attention to him. And so he goes, "Here, try it." I go, "Man, I don't know how to play this." He goes, "Here, I'll show you a chord." So he showed me a D chord.
Yeah,
that was it. I was hooked. Once I heard my go through my body, I went, wow, this is really cool.
Do you remember your first guitar that you ever had?
Yeah, it was a Harmony, a real cheap Harmony. I think it cost like about 60-something bucks. It was hard to play. I mean, I had the strings on there were like cables.
Oh, man.
So I had to, I didn't know anything about strings.
But I played it anyway.
And then I guess the next guitar I got was a Mosrite, and
Right on.
and then the amp I got, which was pretty cool, was Silvertone. So
Silvertone's good.
making some noise.
I think it was a Sears brand or something.
What's that?
I think it was a Sears or Montgomery Ward brand.
Yeah, it was the Sears brand, but it sounded great, huh?
Yeah. I own a Silvertone guitar. That thing sounds amazing.
You which one?
I owned a Silvertone Les Paul model like long time ago before I got rid of it.
Yeah.
Sounded great.
I wish I saved some of those guitars, but you never know.
Yeah.
You just go from one guitar to the next until you find the right one, and you stick with it.
Oh yeah, I know how that goes. We both know as musicians, we both know how that goes.
Oh, I know. We go through a lot of guitars, a lot of pedals, and you know, try to find our sound, and
Oh, it's all
it's a
about tone
constant.
searching.
Yeah.
Oh man. So when it comes down to songwriting and like the first couple C&K albums, how that come about writing and or just writing in general?
See, Cecilia used to write a lot.
Mhm.
He played with I think little Anthony before I met him, and he was writing a lot of songs, and then I think that just kind of influenced me to write. I know I wrote some stuff in high school, but nothing like what I was writing after when C and I got together. We kind of just clicked, It just when we got together in Sunset, and a friend of ours said, "Well, he us together." We had a dinner with some friends, and we sat down, and then we played the first song. We looked at each other, went, "Whoa." And we played the second song, went, "Whoa." And the third song went, "Wow, we got to do something with this." So we started the Cecilio and Kapono.
And those songs are amazing. I mean, I have a whole playlist just going through listening to it, and they're amazing songs.
Thank you, man.
Timeless, man.
I mean, it is timeless. I'm surprised that it still gets played on the radio here in Hawaii, um, all the time. And people, I mean, every day I see somebody that just says something good about how that music made them feel.
Do you have a favorite that you love to play out of all the songs you wrote? I know it's hard to just like narrow it down to like a couple songs.
Oh, I know. We're fortunate because we had like the first three albums was with Columbia Records, and those albums really did well. And we got. I mean, I'm celebrating 50 years of playing music, but also the songs of C&K. You know, I can't. The show. I can't. I got more than enough songs to do a show for 2.5 hours, and that everybody loves. And I'm so fortunate to be able to have that kind of uh, uh, you know, music
Yeah.
to fall back on, or to be still be on.
Yeah, it's great stuff for sure. I love it. I can't put it down. I'll listen to Good Night and Good Morning to Friends and the Sailing.
Oh yeah, I know. I know. I love those songs. Every time I play them, it kind of takes me back to where we were when we were writing those songs, and the good times we had, and it was good. It was a good time. We were living it.
Yeah.
So
Going to when you guys were touring as a duo, who did you open for? And when you were headlining, who were ones that were opening for you?
well, we opened for Boss Gags. We opened for uh, Loggins and Messina. Um, a whole bunch of groups at that time. Um, and then we did a real big concert in Texas with Peter Frampton,
Wow.
Gary Wright, America, Santana, and Cecilio Kapono. And at that time, all of us had a song on the top 10 in Texas.
Yeah.
And so they didn't know who was going to be the top act. And that day, Peter Franco went to number one. So he got the top rating or gig.
Right on. That was that during the time of Frampton Comes Alive, or
I think so. It was a great album.
oh yeah.
And he was great live. It was amazing.
Right on. What about touring that you love? Like, talk about what you love about touring, along with right now, with your touring rig. What do you take with you, and especially with the mainland tour, or when you're going to Don's Mai Tai?
uh, you know, back in the day, we used to tour like about 6 months and then come back home for 2 weeks, go back out for another 6 months. And after about 4 or 5 years of that, I just kind of like said, I'm going to stay home and work out from here instead of from LA.
Yeah.
And it worked out for me. I realized how beautiful a place this is, and I'd rather wake up over here than wake up in LA. And and it was just I think I made the right choice for me.
No, that's a good choice. I mean, nothing compares to being in paradise.
Yeah, I know. Touring was fun. I mean, when you're young and you're touring, it's fun.
Yeah.
But after a while, it gets old, and we didn't have really good management. We really didn't have really good people supported behind us. I think the only guy we had was our first manager, which is Bill Thompson. He moved here to retire, and he had managed Glenn Campbell and the Smothers Brothers and some other people before he retired and came over here. And then somebody found out about it, and he came and checked us out and said, "Okay, I'll get back on the on the wagon." And he was great. He was great. He really in fact, the thing that really got us really kicked things off for us when we opened for Frank Zappa. We did 15 minutes, and everybody was cheering and stuff. So we walked off, and it wasn't our show. So we walked up, pretty much packed up real fast because we had to head to our gig. And Frank Zappa came out. He said, "Hey, where are you guys going?" We said, "Oh, I went to our gig." And he goes, "Man, those people out there want you. Get out there." And for an act like that to even say something like that, it was whoa. Okay. So went back out. I think we played Sweet Judy Blue Eyes, and we did a pretty good version of it. And that was it. By the time we went to our gig that night, the place was packed. Months before, it was empty.
Yeah.
But for the next 8 months, it was packed every night. So it was it all was like a blur.
Yeah.
And then 8 months later, we had a Columbia record deal. So I'm real fortunate and real grateful for all that. But I had to learn how to get through it and how to experience it, and learned a lot.
Yeah, you definitely do. What do you do prepare for when you come to mainland? Like, how many guitars do you take? What guitar do you take, or what pedals do you take?
Yeah, I'm at the point where I just simplify everything.
Yeah.
I bring a little gear bag with my pedals and my guitar, and I'm ready to go. I'm doing a solo tour.
With special.
I'll be playing all those songs.
Yeah. You got Alex Kawakami with you this time, opening the show, right?
Yeah, Alex Kawakami is coming. We haven't decided what he's going to do. I know he's going to join me, but I know some people mentioned he was going to open, so maybe that's possible. So,
That's what it sounds like with the.
No, the venues have other opening acts, so it'll be fun.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, I won't be able to attend this tour, but hope to catch you next time when you guys come back.
Oh yeah. So where do you live?
I live in Los Angeles area.
Oh, okay.
So going towards that direction, it's quite a bit of a drive.
Yeah, I know. Back in the day when people used to ask us, "Oh man, come, let's go party," you know.
Yeah.
I will go, "Well, where is this place?" They go right down the street. And about half an hour, 45 minutes later, we're gonna, where is this place? Like over here in Hawaii, when they say right down the street, it's right down the street.
Oh yeah.
So, but you know,
you have you have a favorite venue that you played, or a couple favorite venues that you've played before?
Oh man. Well, I think the Roxy was pretty fun. Troubadour was fun. But Golden Bear, that was I think the Golden Bear was a big part of our experience in LA, and it was a great place to play. It's yeah, I think Golden Bear was tops.
Too bad Golden Bear is not around anymore.
Oh, I know. You know, those kind of places, there's a lot of those kind of places that aren't around anymore. But you know, they served really good groups. You know, they brought really good groups for the people to enjoy, and it was a good place. They respected the artists, and you know, it's sometimes you find places there where they just kind of throw you in there, and you know, you fend for yourself. But in some places they really take care of you, so
yeah,
those are the places you like to play all the time.
Oh yeah, when you got good hospitality from a good venue, there you go.
Oh, I know. Yeah, when you get treated well, you just want to play. You know, you just want to. It just everything works. Everybody wins. So
yeah. The last few of that last albums that you put out, you did a Songs of C&K with a whole bunch of special guests on there. I want to hear like from you about that, along with
Songs of C&K. Yeah, I got all these young and up and coming artists, and you know, we were working with actually the first Hawaiian bank, and then they wanted to get into the music industry, and so they talked to us, and we said, well, you know, we love to work with some younger artists and see if, you know, see how they do with C&K songs. So we did that, and it was a great experience. I mean, I asked them, I said, man, do you know who C&K are? They go, of course, you know, our parents we grew up with those songs. And they did an amazing job, and it's a great album. So, and now those guys, their career is taking off, and they're doing really well. So I'm real happy for them.
And you did recent
our Henry Kapono Foundation that really put that all together.
I was actually going to mention about the Henry Kapono Foundation. I would love to hear more about that.
Well, I know we have a great website. We've been during COVID. You know, I lost all my gigs. In fact, every musician lost their gigs. So my wife and I sat there, and immediately we said we got to do something. And what we did was we raised about $200,000 and put out these $500 Food Lamp gift cards
Yeah.
and send it out to musicians and their family. Up almost 300 musicians and their families. And yeah, I think the timing was good because they didn't know what to do. They didn't know where the gigs were going to come from, when it was coming back. So it really gave them time to think about their next plan or to plan things. And I was so proud that we could do something like that.
That is amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a great program we put together. So COVID wasn't fun at all.
No, it's just everybody stuck at home, and all you could do was either clean or watch TV.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of TV. I practiced a lot, so that helped. But here we are.
Here we are. Back to the old regular.
Yeah.
Speaking of the TV, what do you like to do on your downtime? What are your interests, like favorite? What do you like to do?
Oh man, not a whole lot of things. I like spending more time with my kids and my wife and kids. Although we're always working, but I get any opportunity to spend with my kids, I'll take it. I know before I almost never seen my kids, my first marriage,
Yeah.
but I see them a lot more now than I ever have been. I'm just so grateful for that they're doing well.
Yeah, it's
I'll go to the beach, jump in the water. I'll go, check out some groups. Uh, you know, watch some TV, catch up on some shows.
anything can catch your attention show wise these days?
Oh wow, yeah, I think what is that? Yellowstone. I get hooked on that. And then I got hooked on Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone. Yeah. There's some great movies. I've been watching a lot of movies, and there's some great ones out there. And there's some, you know, not very good ones.
It's always ones that are a hit or miss.
Yeah. But I enjoy being with friends, and I just enjoy playing. So any chance I get to play, I'm there.
Speaking of playing, you played with Mick Fleetwood at Fleetwood's not too long ago, and you joined the Doobie Brothers on stage.
I did, and America. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. I actually opened for America, and then they brought me on after. And then Doobie Brothers, I know Michael McDonald. I've known him for a long time, and he called me up when they got in town and says, "Hey, why don't you come join us?" So I said, oh, yeah, I'm there, man. He's a great guy, man. What a singer,
Amazing.
and what a human being. And then Mick Fleetwood, he lives in Maui.
Yeah.
And he called and said, we got to do something together. We've been talking about that for years, and then finally we got to. I got to play with him in his band called House of Rumors.
Yeah.
And then we did a convention, and that worked out. That I had a great time.
Mick's a tall guy, huh?
Man, he's like 6'6", I think. Great guy, though. I mean, he's a great human being. I love that guy.
I got to see Fleetwood Mac when they did their reunion tour. I forget how many years ago that was.
Yeah, he's such a solid drummer. No, not a whole lot of flash, but I mean, he's just right in the pocket. That it takes a really good drummer to just make the band even better.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about You've been playing Dukes for a long time. That's for everybody that don't know, that's at the Outrigger Hotel in Waikiki. Dukes Waikiki is right in there.
This year makes 30 years I've been there. So
Congratulations.
about 30 years ago, the owner was a good friend of mine, Rob Tebow. He called me up, says, let's have some lunch. And they were just opening Dukes. And he said, he told me about his vision about me playing over there and by the beach in Waikiki and Diamond Head. And I went, wow, that sounds so good. But I'm touring for the next 6 months. He goes, well, think about it. And I thought about it. When I came back from my tour, I called him up and said, let's check it out. And I've been there ever since.
Yeah.
Great. He's another great guy that really has been a mentor in my life. So.
Yeah, I remember the second time I had saw you was at Dukes in La Jolla.
Right.
That was the 4th of July weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was a while ago too.
Yeah, that was a packed house. It was pain in the butt going back home. I'll tell you that much on the train. It's fun times though.
Fun times.
And before that, the first time I saw you was at the Grammy Museum. It was a lifetime party thing that they were doing, and it was with you and a bunch of other young acts as well.
Yeah, they were featuring Hawaii's music, I think, and we were one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. That was great. So
that was with you, Alex, Blana Singh, and John Valentine.
Right. Right.
Fun times.
Time flies when you're having a good time.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Then I got to see you with the what was it, Las Vegas at the Jazz Cabaret with you and Kiloa Beamer.
Oh yeah, yeah. We've been touring together for the last well, not we missed COVID, but a couple of years before that. And then the last 3 years we've been touring together. It's a really good show. It's fun. It's easy. And Kayla's a great guy, especially his wife Moana, who does a hula.
Yeah.
So it's a nice show,
It's a fun show.
Yeah.
If you all get a chance, definitely go check out Henry, whether you're on the islands or at the mainland when he's on the road.
Yeah.
Do it. You're gonna enjoy yourself. You're not gonna regret it at all.
No, well, playing solo allows me to just kind of feel my soul and really get into this the soul of the song and where they came from. It gives me the time to tell stories about where those songs came from, and a lot of people are interested in that stuff, which is nice. Before, if you played any new songs when everything was going, berserk,
yeah,
people didn't want to hear it. So now they just want to know all about it, and it's a good time for music.
Oh yeah, definitely. Since we're on that solo career, of course, I recall going across a song that you had also worked with Israel, the one that did the Somewhere Over the Rainbow. You guys did a song together with two other musicians.
Yeah, Wamanala Blues.
Yeah,
did it with is Kamakapivoli, Cyril Pahinui, and also Roland Casimiro. How that all came about was I read this article. I was in LA and I read this article about this Hawaiian man who was trying to get his get land from the Department of Land and Natural Resources.
yeah.
And they were kind of like said, we don't have your name on the list, and all the just giving him a bunch of stuff. I kept reading an article again. Man, this is just not right. And then he found his name on the very first um, newspaper article that went out and had the list of Hawaiians that to be distributed at these Hawaiian lands, homestead lands, and his name was on there. And at that point, he was in, but then they weren't really treating him right. So, I wrote a song called "Broken Promise," and I called Israel Is, and I called Cyril, and I called Roland Casimiro, and I said, man, I wrote the song, and I want you guys to join me because I think it would make more of an impact if we all can come together and sing about this. And when they heard the song, they said, "Oh yeah, we got to do this." So we all got together and we put a couple songs together, Aloha Oi, and then we did that one song out in actually close to where I'm living in Hawaii Kai, and it just made a big impact, and I think the Department of Land, Hawaiian Homestead Lands, kind of turned around and didn't want to get that kind of bad press. So I'm glad we could help that man.
Yeah.
His Kanuha was his name, I think. Yeah, it's been a while. So,
when it comes down, is there any artists or group, band, whoever that you wanted to work with but never got a chance to and would still want to work with?
No, not really. I think the guys that I have worked with, I'm happy with that. I'm not sure, because I don't know. Not really, I just love what other artists do. And when I was at one point when I was started, I always wanted to be like James Taylor, and then I could never do it. I mean, I'm not good at copying people, and then I came to the point where there's one James Taylor, and that's going to be it, But I think he's influenced me in certain things. So did all the people that I listened to: Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Santana. All those guys had a little influence on me. Toto and Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
And I had got a little bit of everybody in me, and that kind of like who I've become.
Yeah, you're one amazing artist, and it's amazing when I get to see you.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
It's a fun time, and always.
I always say I'm still learning.
We're all still learning. I mean, there's more to learn as you go.
Always more to learn. Yeah.
So, all right. So we're gonna wrap this up. A few things I wanted to ask you. One last thing. Do you have any tales from the road that you would be willing to share, or anything that you're okay with sharing at that
I don't know if I can remember any of it. I think that gig we did in Texas, Austin, Texas, with Peter Frampton and Santana and Gary Wright in America. I think that was one of our biggest boost in our career, or actually mentally and experientially. And what is so cool about that is that we got to treat it like, I mean, the day before they flew us in helicopters, and or actually we went on limousines to get to the gig, And I mean, they had like 87,000 people at that time that came to that gig. And but the night before we had these big steaks and we ate good. They treated us real good, put us up in a nice hotel. And then next day we played for 80 something thousand people. And that was the biggest crowd we ever seen. And funny part about that was the next day we played at this little club in California. It was kind of a downer, but we had that experience.
Yeah.
And that was way before, that was the beginning of our career. So
Right on. It's cool. All right. I want to anything else you would like to say?
no, I just continue to keep making music and having fun. And I think what I love about it is that it makes people happy, and to see people happy makes me happy, and we all go home feeling good. And I feel fortunate that I have that thing that touches people. And music is so powerful. It can do so much. Used in the right way. Used in the wrong way too, but I like to use it in the right way.
It's the international language.
Yeah, exactly. The universal language they call it, I think. Cool, man.
Okay. I want to thank you, Henry Kapono, for your time. You can find Henry Kapono at henrykapono.com. You can download the app at the App Store and go check him out. I've got a whole list of dates down here in the description. And go to Hawaii and go see Henry or catch him on the road.
Come to the islands.
Come to the islands. It's fun. It is. Fly
Sunday, Duke's on Sunday. So, hey, thanks a lot, man, and aloha to all your friends out there. And I look forward to the tour coming up. I'll be in California next week.
Have fun and have a safe trip. And
I will.
safe trip to your home
sometime soon.
All right, sounds good. This has been an episode of Fun Never Ends podcast for Henry Kapono. I'm your Metalhead Nelson. Go to funneverendspodcast.com, and we're on all podcast platforms. Thank you.